Morning everyone, welcome to SlimChat 99. Wow. Just checking that it's actually recording because, I've got this little confession that, when I've finished and I say goodbye and I hit the button, then I always make a stupid face or I sing in an off-key kind of way on purpose. And then one of these days, and then I check just to make sure it's actually not recording anymore. One of these days, you're going to catch the face or the silly song. You're going to do it or I'll just have to delete it and start all over again. So yeah, just thought I'd share one of my crazy little foibles. Do you want to see no, should I show you the face? No. If you really want me to show you the face, put it in the comment section, and if I'll kind of maybe show you the face, maybe. So you see, I'm in a buoyant mood, apart from the asthma, which has been plaguing me this morning, and I hope I've stopped the coughing now. Maybe. Anyway, that's only because I mentioned it. It's like... So yeah, why am I in such a good, buoyant mood when I have no apparent reason to be? I lost 4 pounds. 4! Yeah. And, that's amazing, because yesterday I'd gained 4. But I hadn't. I knew I hadn't. It was purely just... No, what happened there? Fan went round my way. How strange is that? Yeah, it was purely liquid, I guess. Got to stand it on some yarn. Sorry. Just stop it making all this racket. Luckily, I hadn't put it away. Does it make any difference? Not sure really. But yeah, 4 pounds. Wow. I was kind of like, yay. We're doing it. We're actually going there. But you know what really annoys me? It doesn't annoy me. It's one of these little things in life. One of these little kind of bugbears. Is that, in the UK, we measure in stone. And, if you're young, you probably measure in kilos. But, most of us, even young people, I think, still go by stones. We hit the metricization, I don't know what it's called, but we kind of got that back in the 70s. We went over to new money, and so instead of being 120 pennies in our pound, there was 100. So we went decimal, and as we decided then as well, we weren't going to have inches and feet because there was 12. Whoever put dozen, like 120 pence to the pound and 12 inches to a foot. Where do you get the 12 from? Why? So much easier to work in tens, isn't it? So anyway, they decided that we'd go to centimetres and metres and kilometres and all that, rather than feet, inches, miles. Well. Oh, and Celsius, centigrade, whatever you want to call it, instead of Fahrenheit. So as you can imagine, now we've got a system where we work 2 things, for no reason other than the fact that we don't let go of the past that easy. And it is really difficult to get your head round. So personally, I find some things quite confuse me now, like temperature. I'm neither Arthur nor Martha. And so, on the weather forecast now, they don't even say Fahrenheit. But I know when it's 60 upwards, it's a nice day. It's kind of a nice spring day in the 60s. You get up to the 70s and 80s, it's a warm day. You get up to the 90s and 100s, and I'm moaning because we're humid. So yeah, but when they say, oh, it's going to be like 26 today, and I think, is that good? I don't know. I know 30, 40's hot. It's a good day. But the rest of it is like, well, I don't know. It's a bit lost on me. And so Fahrenheit's a bit lost on me as well now. The lower edge. I only remember the bit. So yeah, temperature, it confuses the bejesus out of me. And so do all weights. I will not weigh in pounds. Kilograms. And also, I know over in the US, when you do weight, you do it in pounds. So someone will say, like, I'm £90. And you think, whoa, what's that? Convert that to stone, you know? That's the only way I can do it. Because there's £14 in a stone, which doesn't really make sense when everything else was 12. So yeah, you can see the imperial measurements and weights and everything else were a bit odd. Anyway, stones. That's where we... It's a long way around telling you about this. Stones is how we measure. So when I get on the scales and I'm on a diet and I think, you know, I want to lose weight, etc., you get like a mile marker of a stone. Say, for instance, even if it was like 10 stone, and you just think, right, I need to be 9 stone something, and you'd lose this weight and you'd get to 10 stone, and then it wouldn't budge. That stone would just kind of torment you. Every time you got on, you'd be 10 stone 1, 10 stone and a bit, 10 stone 1, 10 stone and a bit, and then all of a sudden you get on the scales and you're like 9 stone 10, and you think, wow, all that weight just went, but it just tormented you because you couldn't get past that stone. Obviously I wish I was 10 stone. That was getting annoying. So yeah, I've cooled down. So yeah, I wish I was that, but I wasn't going to say the real number, was I? I'd let my tea go cold. Cardinal sin. It's just about drinkable, but I know it takes me a while to drink it when I'm talking, unless I just suddenly glug it all back, which wouldn't be very pleasant, would it, for my viewers? Didn't think it was moving then. So then, very happy about that, but right on the stone, not below it, not above it, right on the stone. So I know when every time I get on that scales, it's just gonna inch above the stone, stay on the stone, inch above the stone, stay on the stone. It's not gonna go whoa beyond. Well, hopefully it will, because that'll be like, I'll do a little dance when that happens, because yeah, it's a much smaller number, and it might only be £0.5 pound in reality, but it will just tip the scales in favour of the other stone. And then you lose nice chunks of weight until you get to the next stone marker. Then the whole thing happens all over again. It's one of life's little weird things. I had an absolutely gorgeous dinner yesterday. Made it myself. It was all on my own. And so I had little lamb chops, but they were steaks. They didn't have bone in. But they were not massive, but chunky, you know. So they were really nice. And I'm cooked them just how I like them, and I don't like them lightly done. I like them to sort of just have that when the fat renders down, you know, and they kind of... So I made them, and although it sounds like a lot, when you're doing a low carb, keto, whatever you want to call it, and your diet is predominantly, most of the plate would be meat with a little bit of carb, you know. It wasn't a lot. So I did have way too much veg, really, for aficionados of the diet. So I had cauliflower and runner beans that I grew in the garden in the summer. And when I was picking them and doing them, I thought, I bet these are not so nice. Because although I didn't try to keep out stringy ones, I thought there were probably stringy ones in them. No, they were absolutely gorgeous. And so I just had that with a nice gravy, and it was, to die for. Really enjoyed it. So Gary's cooking today, and we've got ribs, and he wanted lamb because Gary's like, whenever I have anything for dinner that he's not having, because he's going to work, even if it's just plain old boring chicken, he'll want to have chicken. You know, it doesn't matter what he's got. It's like, oh. So yesterday I got these little lamb things out, and you could see he was like, I haven't had lamb for ages. I'm going to have lamb tomorrow now. It's like, I've got to eat lamb again. But I can eat lamb every day, really, so it doesn't really bother me. But we've got like ribs with lamb. Just going to have like a meat feast kind of dinner. Like a barbecue that's not really. But yeah, he does like to, you know, have a bit of everything. So It feels like it's missed out on the lamb, so I've got to have it again. Bless him. Wow, that is getting cold. I can't believe I just, all through my Rocks chat, filmed it and let it sit there and go cold. Silly me. So today, yeah, probably tuna for breakfast. Gary's busy out there. He's fixing shelving units together so that I can finally put stuff away, and then on the weekend it's wardrobe making time. I'm so excited. So I haven't got anything to fill it. I've got hardly any clothes. I have tons that, you know, God should strike me down for saying that, because I have a house full. My mum and my Uncle Jack were hoarders of clothing, and sadly have a little bit of that gene. So I've got tons and tons and tons, and yeah, I can look in the wardrobe and say, got nothing to wear, because most of it doesn't fit. But will I throw it away? Nah. So the odd occasion where I've lost loads of weight and I say, right, I'm getting rid of all my fat clothes. You know, like we do that. Get rid of my fat clothes and then dump them all. And so I took them all to charity shops that were good. Coats that were just, I hadn't worn much, I sold them on eBay. And then I put weight on and I think, I loved that jacket as well. But of course it didn't fit me at the time. And I thought, why didn't you just keep that, put it in a case? Because I intended never to see that weight again. That's why. And it was my way of saying, it's never coming back. I'm getting rid of all this stuff. Only to then meet Gary and put weight on. It's like, annoying. Oh, this is going to be horrible. Actually, no, it stayed at that temperature for some reason. So yeah, have nice big wardrobes and lots of deep shelves. It's got, one I chose had was a long wardrobe, and it did have a shelf at the bottom. I don't know if that will be included. It should be, because I bought as seen. And then it had big deep shelves down the other side. You could have just had another hanging space, and then I bought another wardrobe, so I should have 3. But the reason that I have it like that is because when I went into home base, hang on, I'll get rid of my tea. When I went into home base, I saw the setup, and it was on a special offer. They have others, but this one was shiny and I liked it. So when I read the special offer, it said the whole thing was, I can't remember the price now, but a certain price. So I went to get the guy and I said, I want to order this. And he went, oh, and he sat down with me and started adding more on. And I went, hang on, what are you doing? And he said, well, you want that as it is? And I said, yeah, but it says how much it is. So he said, oh, that's just one. I said, that's not what it says. And so I said, that is not what that sign says. So he came and had a look, and he said, no, it doesn't, does it? You're right. The sign's wrong. So he said, well, that's fine. You can have it at that price. So even when they were rubbish at delivering it, I didn't want to cancel that order, because, to cancel it and then go back and do it again, I would not have got it at that price. And because you pay per shelf, I know it sounds silly because home base rip you off a lot, but all I would have got was a wardrobe with a hanger. That's it. But all those, the extra shelf at the bottom, the extra shelves down the side, I would have had to have paid for all those. Plus I would have had to have paid for another wardrobe, because it wasn't one thing, it was 2 wardrobes. But I got 2 with all those shelves for the price of one wardrobe. So then I just thought it's not enough space, so I went and got another one. But and I got they had a 20% off thing, so I got 20% off that. So it wasn't so bad. If you add the whole lot together, it was still a pretty decent price for the whole setup. But they did have a bedside cabinet that matched, but that was a ridiculous price. And I thought, I'm not paying that. I don't care if it doesn't absolutely match. I'm not one of these people that everything has to be totally matching. In my house, the one that I've, you know, got a buyer for, hope it all goes through, there was was it Hammond's, I think. There's a couple of big companies that make bedroom furniture, and in new builds especially, they make features. So it was Hammond wardrobes in 2 of the bedrooms, at the master bedroom and the one opposite. The 2 top floor bedrooms, they had walk-in cupboards, but they didn't have all this like built-in stuff. One of them was classed as an office when I bought it, but obviously you do what you like with the room when you move in. So it's and it's, you can get a double bed in that, and that's the smallest room. So yeah, anyway, Hammond's made those wardrobes, and they had bedside cabinets and a dressing table to match. Now the dressing table I was going to bring in here and put here, because I used to use it as a desk. It had drawers either side and a nice surface to film on. A lot of my tutorials in the not the very early days, but later on when it's a light coloured wood grain, that was my my cabinet. But to be honest with you, I couldn't have put it in here because the electric cupboard over this side would have been behind drawers, and you need to get to it when trip switches blow. So although it would have been lovely to have it here, it wouldn't have fitted. So I don't know what the Gary's doing. I'm trying to decipher what that noise is. Don't know, tapping. Maybe he's tapping the dowel joints in. It sounded like he was whisking at first. What the heck's he whisking? So yeah. Anyway, I've got my bench now. I'm really happy with this. And I like anything I make as well, any tutorials, the grey really helps to see. Before, when I had it was called pear, I think, the wood, and it was a light pear. It sometimes clashed with lighter yarns, whereas this top's a pretty good. I figured that out when I was looking for a top. I just thought I want a decent colour that, unless I'm making something graphite grey or a lighter graphite grey, that's the only time I'll have a problem with this. But I can always do that on the table, which isn't this colour. So I've got 2 choices now. So yeah, absolutely over the moon with my loss. Absolutely. So yeah, I'm going to get off and upload these, and I do apologise. For some reason they are taking a crazy amount of time to upload these days, and so you'll probably get them this afternoon. But thanks for watching. Stay safe and take care, and don't forget, let me know about the face. I'll try not to do it. Bye for now.